So I found some Bondo here. At first I thought it was just, the guys that did the body work, had some extra and they smeared it on here. But I'm busy taking it off and it does look like there's some cracks or, yeah. Gonna take it all off and see what I find underneath. I might need to do a bit of welding here. I'm super glad I opened this up. I did misjudge myself a little bit and cut too far to the right here, but that's okay. But yeah, super rusty in here. I'm going to try to clean it up. Maybe I'll open it up a little bit further so that I can get the vacuum in there, and then I'm going to put in some patch panels. And I'm definitely, even though the other side isn't rusted through, I'm going to open that side up as well, and I'll show you why just now. When looking underneath, you can see there's quite a gap between the beam and the body itself. It runs all the way through, so yeah, all kinds of water can get in there, and then it's just going to sit in here. It's going to collect at the bottom. There's a, sorry for the overexposure, there is a drain hole there, but still it's got to be damp and moist in here, and that's not a, it's not a good thing. Alright, so that's what it looks like now. As you can see, real proper scaling happening in there, which means it's most likely down the whole channel. I'm obviously not going to open up everything. What I am going to do is bend this up a little bit so that I can get the vacuum cleaner in there with a brush of some sort, get out all the chunks that I can. Then I'm going to seal around the edges that I showed you just now, and I'm going to fill up this whole tube thing with rust converter. Let it sit and then let it drain, and then it should be fine. I can actually stick my fingers through the floorboard in here into this channel, completely rusted through. In there it's still fine, and if you look from underneath, it might be very thin metal, but there's still metal in the rest of the channel. Means we got it in time. Okay, very much a similar thing this side. A lot of scaling. I'm going to vacuum it, brush it as good I can, stick something pointy in there, vacuum it, fill it with rust converter, then cover it up again. Okay, so I clearly have some more vacuuming to do. You can see a piece of rust in that drain hole. I want this thing to be as clean as possible before I start putting in the rust converter. Okay, so a piece of electrical conduit taped to my vacuum cleaner was just the right size to get in there, and a whole bunch more gunk came out. Now I'm happy that it's clean. Alright, so a piece of press stick in the drain hole. And now we can add the rust converter. Alright, so this is what I came up with last night while I should have been sleeping. I actually just took the same piece of conduit that I just used on the vacuum, cable tied a sponge onto it. I'm going to put some rust converter in the channel, then push the sponge down to push the rust converter to the end. Then I'm going to add more in at the while the sponge is at the end, and then pull it back up, and the idea is that it should like fill up the whole channel, if all goes well, we should see it seeping out along the sides. Over here I want, sorry, focus, rust converter should be seeping out everywhere along these lines, because there's a lot of rust between the channel and the body or the floor. Initially I wanted to seal the whole thing up and then fill it up with rust converter, but the stuff is too damn expensive, and it says on the bottle don't dilute, or dilution is not recommended, so I'm not going to do that, but this should work fine. I did pick the back of the car up. The idea is that it should flow that away slowly, which it does. It's cool. Suck this up. Let this flow down. Probably as good as I'm going to get it. Now the next challenge is inside this channel. As we know, there's a lot of rust in here as well. I'm going to try to do the same thing. I've got much less room to work with, but let's see. Push in the sponge. Go in there and then work it down through these holes. Just get a paintbrush and pick up that excess. This is working very well. Oops. That was the last hole. A little hot. Let's see if I can make a big mess and pour some of this stuff in here. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I did plan for this. Let me go get the stuff. Okay, so this is just acrylic silicone, not even silicone, acrylic sealant that the painters use to fill small cracks. I decided I wanted the stuff to seep through here again to make sure that there's rust converter everywhere. And now I've sealed that up, which can just dry there. You don't want to seal it up before the rust converter got everywhere, because otherwise your sealant might actually create a moisture trap. Some nice squirtage over there. Means I'm all the way to the end. Let's go back the other way, and then passenger side, which I'm not gonna film because it's too much effort. So they claim some of this stuff. It's expensive. Not entirely sure what types of cancers I'm gonna get. But yeah, I'm gonna use a new sponge on the other side because this one is really falling apart. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted to see. Just oozing out all along the seam. All along. That's awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the sponge and the rust converter in this channel here as well. There's some pretty bad rust in there as well. I did try to get in there with just a paintbrush, but you really can't get around the corners, and especially the inside, or yeah, the inside wall. You can't reach with the paintbrush at all, and the sponge will definitely get it all covered well and good. I'm especially worried about that little lip out there. In my other car, it's completely rusted through. You can see the outside from here. So yeah, I want to get this covered as good as I possibly can. Tessa decided she wanted to join me. I'm on my last can of this stuff, so I'm really trying to make it last. Could use a bigger sponge, but it's going to soak up too much of the stuff. Turn this thing on its head. Need to use this sparingly to have enough left for the other side. Oh, I'm gonna make a mess. Use this. That might work. Donkey. other side. I'm not going to film the other side, it's more of the same. Alright, so tonight I just want to get these patch panels in so that the Sikaflex can cure properly. I do want to just paint something on the bottom end as well. All good and well that I rust prevent everything and then the plate rusts through. That's kind of beside the point, or pointless. Words are hard. Cool, let's get going. Actually, I'm not going to paint the back sides. This is rust free, and they're made to be able to come off, so it's fine. That, and I'm lazy, and if I paint them now I have to wait for the paint to dry, and I want to get this done tonight. Of all the corners one can cut, this is probably one that I can afford. Okay, I'm going to, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to actually put some washers between the floorboard and the patch panel. Just my reasoning for that is I don't want the rivets to squeeze out all this silicone Sikaflex stuff. This stuff. Yeah, and basically create a weak point. I hope what I'm doing makes sense. This is just my brain telling me things. Whether it's the right thing to do or not, I don't know. Fake it until you make it. Oh, bollocks, I think I turned it around. That's fine. Ow. Cramp. Nothing aligns. Is it the wrong plate? Crap. That's better. Maybe I should take out the washers, because nothing's oozing out. What to do? And take them out. Making a mess. Let me do the other side. I'm not going to record that, I'll just bring you back when I'm done. Alright, so we're all done. So as I said previously, my justification for not welding these in, completely ignoring the fact that I'm too scared to weld this metal with my stick welder, I riveted them on so that I can take them off again at some point and look inside those channels to see if the rust restarted. It's a perfectly logical explanation and I'm sticking with it. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And have a great day. Thanks.